I share completely whatever Dr. Sadangi said as far as the scenario of mining and exploration in Odisha is concerned, because I happen to head the Geological Survey of India in Odisha's state unit. A bunch of some 8 to 10 young boys joined our organization when I was heading that. And then we were trying to find out some area where they can do some iron ore mining or manganese and all that. But unfortunately, as Dr. Sadangi was telling, all have been, because of the ban in the mining, exploration also is banned. This is the situation is concerned. I have some army officers and jawans in my family. I used to frequently ask them, "Bhai, aap log, when there is peace time, what do you do? When there is no war or peace time, I mean at the time of peace, what do you do?" Then they used to tell, we used to take care of our arms and ammunitions. We do so many developmental work within the barracks. Ladies and gentlemen, this time when mining was at a low ebb for the last 4 to 5 years, that would have been the right time for us to have conducted the exploration, so that more and more things come up, natural resources come to the national mineral inventory. But we have not done that for the simple reason that that is going to be my talk. There are some 2-3 constraints which I want to highlight. Why we couldn't do that? The main reason is we resist the change. When I was a young boy, young geologist in our organization, those were the days we used to use telescopic candidate, then we promoted ourselves to theodolite, and then today total stations have come, which is more accurate and fast. But somehow our surveyors, geologists, everybody resists because they have to learn. So if everybody resists the change, how we are going to put ourselves in a healthy position in the exploration that we have to. We have subdivided the natural resources into two, major minerals and minor minerals, but this also has to change. It is very difficult to say which is major and which is mineral now. For example, Dr. Tripathi was telling in the morning, Geological Survey of India is supposed to do more on the exploration and all that. But you see, this is the problem where we are, in GSI, they were mandated to do only for the major minerals. But then when you go to CGPB meetings and all that, everything is thrown on us. One side, there is a depletion of the talents within the department, because thanks to the information technology growth in the country, all the other sectors have taken a back seat, and that is equally good in geological sector also. Now, unfortunately, the capacity of the persons who are capable, who can do exploration, has come down very heavily. This, I am extremely happy that from MEI, we are going to conduct a program called All India Exploration Geologists Meet. It's a fantastic concept conceived by our president, and which will be held sometime in August. So I hope that adequate capacity in exploration will be built in the private sector, so that the private sector can equally and confidently take up exploration. Coming to capacity building, one more most important thing is, what comes to my mind is the availability of the laboratories. Everybody wants quick results now, accurate and quick results. How it is done? Now, as geologists, we collect a huge number of samples to have a total control over a large area, and we send it to the laboratory, but the laboratories take years. But at the same time, the government wants the results very quickly. So again, this capacity has to be built. We have to have extremely dedicated laboratories, a dedicated laboratory for gold in the country, dedicated laboratory for platinum group. dedicated laboratory for iron ore. That's a type of everywhere. I'm not talking something out of context. This is the order of the day in every country, and why not we follow that? Today, if we have to privately do something, some grab sample, either we have to send it to Bangalore or I don't know where else, but that scenario has to change. Now, regarding the private-public partnership, so much has been told, so I'm not touching upon that. I will straight away come to my presentation. That I just want to draw your attention to some of the important things, what needs to be done, apart from iron ore, gold, platinum, or whatever it is. As I was telling, the practice of classifying the natural resources into major and minor mineral has to be end, so that anybody can take up exploration of anything. So in that context, today I want to tell something on the exploration strategy for fertilizer mineral for food security. There are three things in that: exploration strategy, number two, fertilizer mineral. Ladies and gentlemen, the food security means many things to many people. That's the reason so much, tons and tons of paper has been used for writing so many books, reports, so on and so forth. As you can see on the extreme left, this food security is used as a bait or a trap sometimes. Well, all said and done, food security is very much required. In this context, I happen to discuss with a cross-section of the people, what exactly do you understand by food security? The answers I got is something sometimes shocking, sometimes amusing, sometimes it makes you to sit up and think, do we really have a large number of educated people in India? As I was telling earlier, this is the direct blessing of the information technology. Many people said, I have to get my food timely. That is food security. Somebody says, assured. I should be assured of my meal. That is food security. Somebody says, a variety. Yes, everybody wants variety. And only a few people said nutritious, and somebody said balanced food. That is food security. Only just one or two persons said, poor should also get food. This is our condition in India. Now, let us see, the Food and Agriculture Organization traditionally discusses food security in the context of either food self-sufficiency or food self-reliance. Very simple. Either food self-sufficiency of every country or food self-reliance by every country. When we come to World Health Organization, they build the food security on three pillars. One is use, access, and availability. They include water and sanitation also in food security. And World Health Organization addresses how can food and agriculture production and trade be restrained from long-term over-exploitation. And that is what is happening in a country like India, over-exploitation of the land, over-exploitation of some of the natural resources. We will come to that a little later, of naturals that may jeopardize overall what exactly we understand by the food security. When all people, all times have physical, social, economic access to sufficient and safe, nutritious food for A, direct dietary needs and preferences, and B, active and healthy life. That is considered to be a food security for all. And then if it comes to, there's a normal perspective, and when it comes to the household food security, the application of this to the family level. Going a step further, when we introduce the commerce part of life into food security, it says that increase of food availability gradually every year. We should always try to increase food availability.